Hey everybody, it's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning August 24th through August 30th, 2020. So this card says Gateway, and the central figure is obviously a unicorn. Now, unicorns are said to be able to transition between dimensions very easily. So it looks to me like this card, if you can see, I have a feeling it's almost like the unicorn is inviting us to go into a higher dimension of reality. Now, supposedly, a white unicorn symbolizes seventh dimensional wisdom. And I really like that idea because we don't want to just be saying, oh, we're aiming for the fifth dimension or, a bit higher than we are right now. We want to be aiming for the highest possible level of reality where all exists in this amazing, incredible beauty of light and love and oneness. And I don't know if you can see on this card because it is a little bit dark, but I'll explain what's on it. To the right, near the top toward the right, there are some sunbeams coming out from the side. So it kind of looks to me like, yes, further along in the journey, there is that beautiful, incredible, omnipresent light that awaits us and awaits our transformation back into the wholeness of who we really are and what this planet really is meant to be as an incredible, infinite paradise. So it's kind of, to me, it's like the unicorn is inviting us or beckoning us to go through a portal or a gateway, which is opening right now. And I really believe there is a gateway that's opening right now. We have an opportunity. I keep repeating about this month of August, which is almost over, that we have a window, we have a space to really get situated in who we are and where we're going. So now I know the unicorn's horn is said to be related to the third eye chakra, but I want to add something to that because to me in this reading that horn also symbolizes focus and knowing what your target is, knowing where exactly you're trying to go. So you can almost think of it like an arrow pointing you in the right direction and maintaining your focus, which is ultimately going to be a focus from your third eye higher sense of vision. So in other words, we want to have that vision of where we are actually going. Now here's why I brought up the month of August yet another time, because I still have a very strong sense that the fall is going to be tumultuous. There is just going to be a lot of unexpected stuff, and the whole idea, as you've heard me say before, is there are forces that are literally trying to prevent our ascension. And they are just going into more and more high gear with every passing day. So we have to become multi-dimensional creatures. That's what we're meant to be, you guys. That is not like some weird, airy-fairy concept or something. That's actually how we're designed. We're designed to be multidimensional. We should be able to transition from one dimension to another from a very conscious place. So I feel that this card also, because it really is about pretty much the final week in August, is inviting us before a whole bunch of chaos could potentially hit, even worse than what we've seen so far. This card is potentially inviting us, come this way, everyone. Let's go into these alternate higher dimensions. Let's expand our consciousness. Not that we become ungrounded, but that we expand our consciousness and we do not lose our way, we do not lose our focus. Now, unicorns also symbolize purity. They symbolize innocence. Now, I don't want to say innocence like in a sense of being vulnerable, because sometimes we equate innocence with vulnerability. I think in this sense, the purity and the innocence refers to going back to that place before we knew anything about duality, good, evil, dark, light, all that stuff that causes us so much trouble. Going back to that original state of consciousness where we are whole, we are complete, we are fully empowered. And as you know, unicorns are often associated with magic because real life is magical. When I say real life, I'm talking about life in the universe, life in the cosmos. It is incredibly magical. I mean, we have a lot of magic on our own planet. We just kind of take it for granted, right? But there is so much more magic. So this unicorn is really inviting us into a much more expanded reality, a more expanded consciousness, a more expanded sense of magic in our lives, magic and miracles, really. Unicorns also are said to exist outside of space and time, which is why they can transition through dimensions very easily. So we need to become, in a sense, kind of like the unicorn, right? Where we become multidimensional, we become capable of being oriented in time and space, where we need that in our physical reality, but we also need to be capable of using our higher senses so that we can as well be oriented in the now simultaneously. That's what multidimensional means. It means that you can exist at different dimensional levels simultaneously. This is what a lot of people talk about when they talk about being in a fifth dimensional consciousness and a third dimensional reality. We want to be able to blend this all together so that we are empowered despite all the stuff that's going on in the world. Now, the yellow rose is a really nice thing to have in this little setting because yellow roses are about balance. They're about fun and joy, but also about focus. They're also about calm and peacefulness. Peacefulness and calmness in the sense of your mind and your thoughts. When your mind is calm, your knowing, your ability to know is clear, right? Because you can know things directly without all of that static energy of that mental chatter. Yellow roses also evoke a sense of joy, a sense of fun, a sense of happiness, which really kind of mirrors the feeling you get from the unicorn. So overall, to just put this all together, what we want to focus on this week is becoming multidimensional, becoming empowered in a multidimensional way so that we can go through the gateway or the portal into a higher dimension of sight, of wisdom, of understanding. Now, I just want to add something if you happen to be a person who feels like, well, I can't really see other dimensions. I don't really see anything outside of the physical world. If you feel that way, you need to practice going within because you actually do have those interdimensional senses. They're perhaps just not awake at this point. Sometimes they're not awake because we don't believe we have them. Okay, so you want to just start to let your imagination inspire you. Let your heart give you stories of what life is really meant to be like, because your heart will be sending you those messages about how beautiful and how incredible life really is. And I'll close with this final thing, you guys. This planet, you must keep things in perspective. This planet is exceedingly tiny. It is so microscopically small in the galaxy. It's even tiny in our solar system. It's not as big as it feels when we're in the middle of everything. It's a very tiny little place. I only bring that up because I want to help you have perspective and not to feel that you are completely overwhelmed by so much of the craziness that is going on here right now. If you put yourself in a universal perspective, at a cosmic perspective, you're going to find yourself calming down. You can think about what this card is inviting us to, a portal, a gateway, an opening, asking us to open our hearts, our minds, our beings to a higher level of consciousness and reality, because that's where we're going. And that's what the unicorn's horn indicates to me, is a focus and an aim on that reality. So let's not lose our focus on ascension. Let's not lose our focus on where we're intending to go, because that is where all of our power lies, is in maintaining that focus and that clarity and that powerful cosmic level of intention. All right, so with that, I'm wishing you guys a beautiful week ahead. I'm sending you all so much love, and I will see you all in the next video. Namaste, everyone.